But I'll tell you a quick story. When I realized what I had with the gas business early on, I went to see him, and Joe will understand this. And I said, Junior, I came onto something. I said, I'm going to show you more money than you ever saw in your life. And he said, well, we're not into drugs. I said, Junior, not drugs. You know I hate anything to do with drugs. He said, what is it? I said, it's gas. He said, what do you mean? I said, look, it involves the government. We're going to be defrauding them out of taxes, but this is going to be a big deal. I can see it. I can sense it. I know what I got. I said, but here's the deal. I said, every argument, I got to win. Because when this gets out on the street, everybody's going to want a piece of it. I says, and then we're going to blow it. I said, so I got to win. You got to support me. I said, don't play politics. Don't do anything else. Let me win, and I promise I'll show you more money than you ever seen. So I'll never forget. He stood back and he said, show me. Well, there was a point in time, Leo, when I was bringing him $2 million a week. And Joe knows this. That buys a lot of loyalty in that life. I never lost an argument. Never lost an argument, ever. And he was good with that. But, you know, the flip side of that, when I walked away from the life, you know, the FBI had come into prison and told me that Persico put a contract out on you. You're going to die. He said, you know, they wanted me to go into the program. And they told me your father went along with the contract, which I believe. I believe my father probably went along. He just didn't object to it because, you know, they thought I was going to become a major witness and start testifying against everybody. And, you know, people, I don't know if I'm getting off track, but, you know, people have said to me, how could you love your dad after that? Look, I understand the position I might have put my father in by, you know, walking away from that life. He proposed me, he sponsored me. But I kept telling him, I'm not trying to hurt everybody. You got to try to understand what I'm doing. I'm going to navigate this course. It's going to be tough. And then after many years, I patched it up with my dad. You know, he denied that he ever went along with the contract, but I believe he did. But
that's very heavy, Michael.
Persico was a rough guy. He was a treacherous guy. He was a guy you had to be careful of, for sure. You don't want to cross him. He was real in that regard. But I always got along with him.
You know, it's
Michael. Did you knew?
Go ahead, Joe.
You knew Nicky Marangelo, right?
Yeah.
He was the underboss until they killed Galenti. Well, you talk about I don't know, brainwashed or whatever, but I'm probably in my third or fourth trial now, right? And everybody knows who Donnie Brasco is, what he did. So we're in the Eastern District. It was Nicky, Rastelli, you know, a few of the other capos and everything. And I get done testifying, and I'm getting off the stand, and I'm walking, and I pass a defense table, and Nicky Marangelo says, Donnie, he's calling me Donnie now. Donnie, how could you do this? You're one of us.
You don't get that's the Academy Award, Michael, right? He gets the Oscar. He gets the Oscar.
Yeah.
That's real acting.
And I
man.
looked at him, and I didn't say a word, but I'm thinking to myself, man, this is like 3 years later, maybe, you know, that we're into all these trials, you know, all these. And he says, Donnie, how could you do that? You're one of us.
From Jam Street Media.